Well, hello to you all and welcome back to Mod Pop Thrift. My name is Tom. I'm a full-time eBay reseller and a stay-at-home dad for my 6 children. And my wife is a high school math teacher and she's on maternity leave, so I can be out here shipping the 23 that we have to go on this Monday morning. Let's just jump right into it. 2XL men's Bass Pro Shop t-shirt. It's got a funny thing on the back. I'll put it up. Sold for $9.99 plus shipping. I got 4 of these little Bailey's mugs. They're actually, this one's like sugar, and then there's a creamer one, and then there's 2 like teacups. So that's a teacup, and it's the boy Yum. And then, so they're sugar and creamer, and then 2 teacups, and they're his and hers kind of set deal. I picked these 2 up at a yard sale for $3, and I picked these up at Goodwill for $1 a piece. And together the set of 4 sold for $32, I think, free shipping. Went to a yard sale, Spoon River Drive, first week of October, and bought these 3 pet DS games for 50 cents a piece. And they sold for $13.50 free shipping. This is a Timberland 2XL deep pile fleece. And I actually picked it up at the same place as I picked up the Bailey's sugar and creamer, but I picked it up a year earlier for $2 and sold for $14.25. So I've had it for like a year and a half. I don't do well with Timberland stuff. Cute little Drummer Boy Tigger vintage stocking. Levi picked this up for $1.69 at Goodwill like a week ago, and it sold for $11.24 free shipping. So we're not actually making very much money, but I priced it really low so that it would sell quick because I didn't want to sit on it for a year. Another pile of NES cartridges, just real junk games. Sold for $21.60 free shipping. I can teach you something about these while we're looking at it. See how we're looking at the end? And both of these have a black label, which makes them old black label games, which was some of the first games that came out. This one does not have a clip here, and this one does have a clip here. So this is the older version, and it is a variant that tends to be more desirable. The standard cartridge with the clips, the ones you're going to see more frequently, have 3 screws. Without the clips, this is called a 5-screw variant. And so keep a lookout for 5-screw variants, because if you find Gotcha, which is a game that's worth like $10, the 5-screw variant's worth like $1,000. And the same deal with Mike Tyson Punch-Out, but Mike Tyson Punch-Out's worth like $35 and $700 or something. So 5-screw variants most of the time, like the 5-screw variant on baseball might make it worth $1 more. It's not worth selling by itself, but it's worth noting if you have a 5-screw variant, and it is can increase the value a lot. So it's definitely worth comping to make sure the 5-screw isn't worth a lot more if you find them. The Royal Prestige handle sold for $14 plus shipping, or maybe $14.99 plus shipping. I don't remember now. And then Mr. Toad sold, and this had a 0% sell-through rate, because every single one on the website was overpriced. And so I priced mine well below all of them at a place where I was comfortable with the profit that I was making, and it sold. Some people would call that racing to the bottom. Some people would call that underpricing the market. I call it making money on an item. All of those people who have one listed have had one listed significantly longer than I did, and mine sold in a week for $23.50, which is good money for a plush that I paid $1.50 for. But everybody has theirs listed above $35, and it does not sell at that price. So I think we just have to stop looking at sell-through rate as only everything listed versus everything sold, because there is a price where things sell. And if you're going to price with the market, you might price yourself out of a sale on something you can get cheap and sell high, just because the market dictates that everybody is overpriced. So this is the last of the Harley-Davidson women's shirts that I paid $6 a piece for, and it sold for $10 plus shipping. I thought I'd get them for $3 and make some money, but I ended up spending $6 because of my own error, and then I still made money. And on that one, that was the last one to go, so it was probably the least desirable, so I was most willing to take an offer on it just to get it to move. This, I literally accidentally clicked bid on Whatnot. The stream wasn't showing me an image, and so it was like frozen on an old image, and as I was trying to mess with it to refresh it, I clicked the bid button, and I was like, it's $4. I'm not going to request the cancellation. I don't think I would list this again, because while that's obviously a Pontiac Firebird, it doesn't say GM on it anywhere, so probably it's bootleg and I shouldn't have listed it, but it sold for $10.50 plus shipping. These Gremlins books I paid 50 cents a piece for. It's two of the same one, and then this one, and they're booked like 1 and 2 out of a set of 4, and they sold for $11.50. So not really worth messing with. The component cable for the Nintendo Wii by Monster Cable sold for like, I paid $1.69 for it. Sold for $9 plus shipping. This is the second time this month that I've sold this very same Baby Bop model. Paid $1 a piece for them, and they sell for $12.99 free shipping. This veteran shirt I've had forever, and it didn't sell. I bought 2 of them at Goodwill. They were right next to each other on the rack. I think it was old long enough ago that I paid like $2.48 a piece for them, and that one just sold for $9 plus shipping. Not worth picking up. I'm kind of done picking up really cheap shirts that I expect to sell fairly cheap, because they're just such long tail things and not really worth messing with. But I'm still going to have a lot of them in my store until I sell through them. This is an old Raglan sweatshirt, obviously St. Louis Cardinals. It says wired to run, no tag on it. I paid $3.99 for it at Goodwill, and it sold for like $16 plus shipping. Probably took 6 months or so. And this giant Porter cable bag, I picked up for $2.50, and it sold for $22 free shipping. This is the first of the vintage Pearl Jam shirts to sell. Sold for $74.99 plus shipping. The only sold comp on this was $45, and it was paint stained, and there were no listed comps, so I listed it at $75 on a hunch, and it sold real quick. I paid $5. So a couple of toys here. These are Marx branded old railroad cars. I don't see where it says Marx on that one, but it is Marx. Anyway, these 3 I got in a bag for like $5 at Goodwill, and they sold for $25 free shipping. And then this I got at the Retro Truckload sale, and it sold for $22.50 free shipping. This came from the Retro Truckload sale. It is Donatello's shell, storage shell Donnie with a couple of the weapons. Sold for $5 plus shipping. This is a pretty unique piece. It's an old dental armature, like to help your dentist make you dentures and make sure that your mouth is going to shut properly and stuff. Really a strange thing. But old dentist stuff sells, old medical stuff sells. People collect it, quackery. Some dentists might want this for a shelf or some macabre Halloween display. There's a million reasons somebody might buy something like this. I paid, I don't even remember, $7, $10, something like that. And it sold for $53, I think, plus shipping. Yeah, plus shipping on that. If you follow me on the shorts or the TikTok, then you know that this 48-inch beach ball that I paid $3 for this week from 2002, right there, sold for $94 full asking price in 2 days. Now, somebody on the shorts commented, why would anybody want that? It's definitely not going to hold air. And I'm like, that's a bit of a stretch. It's 2002. It's not like it's from the 80s. And I have like the Ninja Turtle blimp from the 80s that holds air. And so I bet that will hold air. Also, I don't care why anybody wants it. I want it to sell to them, and it's none of my business what they want to do with it. So that's cool. You look out for large and novelty vintage pool stuff. It sells ridiculously high, and it doesn't have to be 80s. I mean, if that one was from the early 90s it could have been 250, 300 bucks. Like the big inflatable unicorns and stuff, the animals and weird play stuff sells really, really, really high. So you should look out for that stuff. But that one I paid $3 for, and in 3 days I got $94 for a buyer in Finland. So you know that they paid through the nose. I did free shipping, but the buyer paid through the nose for eBay International, I'm sure. These are Adidas from 1995. They're dated inside on the tag, and I picked them up assuming that they had some significant value because they're sneakers from the mid-90s, and they just don't. They sold for, I had them listed for like 175 and 60, and they ended up selling for $29 free shipping. Still, I made money. I was hoping to make a lot more. Cool shoes, but not worth picking up, probably. And that's going to be it. That's everything that's sold. I got to get it all shipped. It's Monday morning, so probably the mailman won't be here soon because my regular mailman takes Mondays off. And so it'll be a replacement at like 2:30, 3, 4 o'clock. All right, here we are, guys. Goodwill. This is the university store, the one that I always say is empty and not worth coming to most of the time, but we're gonna check it out. I have some donations that I want to drop off, and I know the store that I go to all the time is overrun with books. So I was like, well, let me go to the other store and drop off books there. That's neat, walking in the door. Oh, this was over on the shelf. This is what this store is good for a lot of times, is they bring out lots and lots of carts. But it always seems to be not a lot of stuff. But there's normally 1 or 2 things on a cart. What is this? Oh, it's an iron. I was hoping it was a massager. Those are... Oh, wait. I was going to say not what I'm looking for, but they might even be better. Let's grab those. So I picked up a Bose radio. That's probably fairly cheap, but who knows? Let's just, I think he's paying $100 for it, right? Anything in the toys. Newer Care Bear. This looks like $6. Good grief. Well, and bears from Build-A-Bear aren't normally worth much. But I saw the Build-A-Bear emblem, and it's worth taking a look at what it is. What's this? 2008. $514. $284 for Blue or Power Ranger, but geez, he looks... I didn't see the new movie, so maybe that's a good sculpt for that guy. That's definitely a good sculpt for the Red Ranger. Doesn't look like anything in the toys. Hard goods. Tell me what I'm missing, guys, because I don't see anything here worth taking a second look at. Those are some beat to death golf clubs. Big display. Alarm clock. This might be something if it's parks. It's not. Treasure craft. And it's $6. Good night. It's just unusual enough to come down here and take a second look at. That is way cool. Whole bunch of not much. Fit Smart Bell. They're asking $25 for it. Okay, so the Smart Bell thing is like, on paper it's probably a good pickup. It's like 50 listed and 165 sold, and they asking $25, but it should sell for $125. But all of the listings look identical, and I suspect that it's one of those kind of things where it's a very small company and they would zero you really quickly for not being an authorized seller. And so rather than take that chance, I'm just gonna not buy them. Also, they'd probably be a pain in the butt to ship since it's dumbbells. They'd be real heavy. This is a beautiful mid-century modern chair. I don't mess with furniture anymore, but that's a pretty cool piece. It doesn't seem to be priced. I wonder if somebody, oh gosh, look at that. You know, you can see how badly warped. It's a cool looking chair, but it may be beyond salvation. It's not worth enough to put the kind of time and money into it that it would need to fix it. So this guy doesn't have a price on it. Oh, his price is up here, $284. Fiesta toy. But he says Harlequin on his butt. So Calphalon is a pretty good brand, but these are Teflon, and I didn't notice when I picked them up that they are all scratched up Teflon. Don't buy scratched up Teflon at any price. It's not worth it. I haven't looked at either of these, but I suspect they're cheap trash. $7.44, that's expensive. And it's rusted, it says China on it, and that's junk. This one's a nice piece. It's not priced, and it's, you can see better on this screen than oh, Benjamin and Medwin. A tip on something like this, your fingers can feel better than your eyes can see if this has a chip in it. So I always do this all the way around. Now this one, I don't think has any kind of branding that would make it worth paying $5. I'm gonna look into this. I think it's probably nothing. Yeah, so there's 23 listed and 3 sold, and not at a price I would touch them for. Anyway, here's another cast iron cheap crap to go with that one. So there is nothing here. And I'm gonna go through the clothes a little bit, but you can see big holes, not a lot to see. And this I probably would have picked up 6-8 weeks ago before I decided I'm gonna start doing a better job. $30, extra large new with tags. And they're asking $5. There's probably money to be made, but I gotta focus on higher return. A couple of cool AOPs. I don't know anything about them. $5 and $5. Fresh prints, like a play on Will Smith, of Tokyo by Drill Clothing. We'll comp that. And then this one is Fresh Laundry, Work Hard, Play Hard, and it's got this splatter paint AOP. So this one, there's 87 listed used and only 8 sold, and they sold for like $10. So no. And the other one's 22 listed and 0 sold. So you know, we're not finding anything yet. So I was literally leaving defeated. Like, I didn't find anything at all. And then they brought out a new cart, and I found this thing, which is $284, and it's Bremner Bros Wafer Chicago, which is like 10. And it probably would sell for 10 or 12 bucks, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with it. And then this cool looking ashtray is like Atlantic, and then it's a mold, Atlantic mold, and then Miles Moss made this in 1973, and it's not well done. Well, that was kind of a waste of time. We went in, we found a bunch of nothing, and we're gonna go drop off the donations. All right, back at this Goodwill, Home Court Advantage. The last one was a total bust, but on the way to this Goodwill, I sold the waffle maker that we bought yesterday, which puts me already into the profit for yesterday. Okay, so because I went to the other place first, I don't have a lot of time to look around here before I gotta go get kids. But I did find some jazz books that I think are interesting. This is crazy looking. $12.04. And this Wizard of Oz is $1.69, and these jazz books are $2.84 a piece. And I don't know what they're worth, but they're cool. Giant BB-8 has is pretty cool, but not for $4. That is probably better worth the $5 than the ones that we found across town earlier. Anything else? That's probably worth selling, but it would be a pain to ship. And I don't really have any experience with that particular thing. Are these replacement filters? There's just one in there. Okay, this is not them, these are new. But if you find vintage diapers, even packs like this, little ones, they sell ridiculously good prices. Especially if they have like characters on them. Christmas, don't see anything interesting. It's a nice looking case. It's $6. Probably empty. Yeah, it's just an empty case. Brand new packs of cards for $1.69. So this should be $45. If it's in there and it works, but at $12 and $45 free shipping, I'm not sure that I'm gonna buy it yet. I haven't found anything else. This is a nice shirt. Lee XXL, New York Yankees, dated 1999. But I gotta leave it behind because it's $7.50 for a used t-shirt. Not gonna happen. Okay, so at $33, these are not worth getting. There's like 7 listed brand new, and they should sell for like $80, but there's only one sold. These are essentially brand new. They're $6.24. They were sold at Ross, but there are 4 listed. There's 6 listed, 4 sold, and they sell them for $80. So I'll take a chance on those for $6. Okay, so there's some baby Jordans that will probably sell for $35 or $40. We'll see what they got on them. So I spent $30.12 because I had a $10 off coupon. When you spend, I think they count penny for dollar. So when you spend $100, you get a $10 credit. And I have one almost every time I come in here. And you can't spend more than you can hold it over to be a $20 credit, but it never gets bigger than $20 at a time. But mine never even gets to 20 because I spend them at $10 all the time. Anyway, spent $30 and 12 cents. Baby Jordans ended up being $4.25. The shoestrings broke on that one, but I still think these are $35, $40 all day. These were $6.24. They have close to 100% sell-through rate. They're a little under 100, but at $6.24, they're probably, I think $50 sells them in a day or two. This Giordano, I have done well with these before. I've never seen them new old stock. 1981 and 1984. So I'll lot these together and probably get $20 for the pair. I have not done any research on these books. They were such a fiasco in the store, I almost said forget it. $1.69, so they were marked up in the case because it's $1.69 instead of $1. But yeah, then I got in trouble for taking it away from the register because it's a case item. Ooh, That's gross. I'll just disclose it. I still think somebody will want it. This was $12.04. I think it's $45 free shipping, but I didn't even open it to find out. I shouldn't have spent $12 on it without opening it. $3.54. I did not do any research on these books. They're just neat books. They may not be worth what I paid for them. $2.84. Originally $9, $10. And then the man, the myth, the legend, Miles Davis, $2.84. So I'll put up comps for the books so that you guys know. But I think I did fairly well. Not as well as yesterday, but we're still clicking away. So this is what I got. It's in good shape. It appears to be mostly there. I don't know if something was missing out of here. And this bag probably would have just gone around that cord. I'll do some more research and figure out what may or may not be missing. But there you go. That's what I got inside this box. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, following, clicking the bell, all the things that you do. We'll see you on the next one.